Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel. Today we're making Zaru Soba. To start this dish we need a dipping sauce. So to a small pot we're going to add a tablespoon of sugar, 1 cup of dashi, a 1/4 cup each soy sauce, and mirin. Then we're going to take this over to the stove, bring this up to a boil, and once it comes to a boil and all that sugar is dissolved, we're going to shut off the heat, transfer this to a heatproof container, and put this in the fridge to cool completely. While our dipping sauce is cooling, we are going to slice up 2 scallions, just cutting on a bias to make it look pretty. We're going to grate up a tablespoon of daikon radish, just using a microplane. And once you have a tablespoon, you want to take your radish and squeeze out as much water as possible, and a lot of water comes out of this. We're going to form this into a little ball and place this into a side dish. We're doing basically all the toppings right now. Next up, we're going to cut up a little bit of nori, and I've just cut a little tiny strip from a larger sushi sheet. I'm just using kitchen shears to cut this into strips. Last but not least, we need a tiny touch of wasabi. Now for this, we need soba noodles. These are buckwheat noodles. You can find them in the Asian market or the Asian section of your grocery store. And we're going to cook 8 ounces of this according to the package directions, and I usually cook it a minute less. After 7 minutes, we're going to take this out and put this immediately into ice water because we want to stop the cooking process and to chill our noodles. Now I have a little bamboo strainer here. It pulls a little bit more of the moisture away. You don't need this. Using clean hands, I'm just going to place a portion of the buckwheat noodles, pour in our sauce. To the sauce, we're going to add a tiny little bit of our daikon, a couple strips of our nori, adding in scallion, and a tiny little bit of wasabi as well. But you can adjust this according to your taste. Then to garnish, we're going to add a little sesame seed to the sauce, as well as the noodles. And then to decorate the noodles a little bit as well, we're going to sprinkle a little scallion on top. I thought this would be the perfect dish for the last week of summer. Even though it's still hot, this is really refreshing. Adding a little bit of our nori, a touch of our radish, and a little dollop of our wasabi as well. And this is looking delicious. Now we can go ahead and give this a taste. So just scooping up a little bit of our beautiful cold noodles, dipping it into our dipping sauce, slurping this up and making a mess. You get a saltiness, sweetness, smokiness from the dipping sauce. But it's so cold and refreshing. When you dip the noodles in, you also get a little hint of that radish and wasabi. There's also a smokiness and a salinity from the nori as well. And this is a perfect way to end summer with this cold, refreshing, delightful little noodle dish. And I really do hope you all try to make this in your home. Pardon me as I keep slurping, but there it is, Zaru Soba. Thank you so much for spending some time with me today. I really do appreciate it. If you liked this video, give it a like. If you loved it, please consider subscribing and hitting that notification bell because I put out new videos every Thursday. Thank you again, and until next time, happy cooking.